Hey, so I'm going to talk a little bit about leadership style and professional presence. And the first thing I wanted to address was how to be vulnerable while also showing professional presence. And I loved the article that we read. And I think that was such a good explanation of the difference in them. That I think at times during any job we've ever had, we probably had times where we wanted to cry, or we just are so overwhelmed, or we get angry, or we're upset, or we're just overwhelmed. And I think everyone has had those feelings, but I think to remain professional, it's not openly advertising those feelings in the moment, or talking bad about your boss or whoever made you feel that way. I think that though it may make you feel like you're expressing yourself or being vulnerable, that I think it makes other employees, especially if you're in a management position or a little higher up, it makes other employees look at you as maybe immature, or that you aren't capable, or whatever it is. If you're voicing your emotions and you say you feel overwhelmed and you can't handle this job or whatever it is, that if you keep voicing your emotions in that way, then I feel like employees working underneath you, that's how they'll feel. They'll feel that your manager isn't capable, or they get easily overwhelmed or easily offended or whatever it is. To where if you show your emotions in that way in the moment when you're in the heat of it, I think that it won't be effective because it will make your employees just think less of you. To where when I think of being vulnerable, or in how we talked about it in class and how the book talked about it, it's being willing and open about past experiences and showing that you aren't perfect, but you found a way to overcome them. So I think vulnerable is admitting that you've made mistakes and admitting that you obviously have feelings and you have emotions. But I think the best way to show those in the workplace is to be outside of the situation, to reflect on it and say, yeah, I've gotten angry, or I've gotten upset, or me and a coworker didn't get along, but I was able to overcome it, and this is my feelings on it now that I am past it. So I think that's the biggest difference, is to just, yes, have emotions, but don't show them to your employees in a way that makes you look weak or um, incapable in a way, but rather reflect on them when you're past them and you have learned what you needed to from that experience. And the next thing I wanted to discuss was a fatal coaching mistake that I see myself making. And I think the one that I've been making so far, and I think just in general, is wanting more for others than they want for themselves. That in our coaching situation so far, I feel like I haven't even considered that the rep didn't want more for themselves. In fact, that's my assumption, is that everyone wants to do better. I mean, it never even crosses my mind. And then I read this quote that I thought really described how I feel. And it said, if you're feeling drained or tired at the end of every coaching session, you're probably bringing your own agenda into your coaching. So I think that's what I do for sure, is that I want to reach this certain goal. And even though I don't tell them or give it to them, or I don't try to, but I always assume the end goal is fixing the problem and you getting better. I don't even consider that maybe they're okay where they are, or they don't really consider it that big of a problem. So I think in the beginning, I need to establish what their intentions are. Do they want to advance in this company, or is this just kind of like a starter job? They're going to go somewhere else. I think I need to ask them what their intentions and goals are, instead of assuming that they want the best result, which is what I want for them. And the next thing I was going to address is two things that I'm going to do to prioritize my professional presence. And two things that I kind of noticed in myself that I need to work on for sure is the first one being communication, and especially calling people by their names. That I recognize other people doing it, and I like it when you're having a conversation and someone just says, oh, thanks, Paige, for saying that, or whatever way, to where they show that they know your name and they're acknowledging you specifically. And I love that. It brings warmth, personalization. It just makes you feel special that someone is recognizing you specifically. And it's something that I think I want to definitely incorporate in my communication in the future. just to show that I'm paying attention, I know who they are, and I'm recognizing something that they did. And the next one would be appearance. Just like the phrase that says, like, dress for the job you want, not for the job that you have. That I think just in general, always, every single day, just dressing and presenting yourself in a way that is professional. Because I mean, after college, hopefully we're going to a job where we always have to dress like that. And I feel like in a way, when you look nice and put effort into how you look, it really affects how people look at you and how you feel about yourself throughout the day and how you carry yourself. To where if you're wearing sweatpants and you didn't really put any effort into yourself, I feel like your attitude reflects that throughout the day. To where if you wake up early and you just try harder on your looks, I think it just makes you more ready for the day and you can accomplish more because you just feel more confident, or at least for me personally. So I feel like if I work on those two things, effective communication and personalizing it along with my appearance daily, that it will really give me more confidence and it will help other people as well feel more connected to me. And the last one was my leadership style. So my style was steward, which basically means that it says I'm the rock of the organization, that I want everyone to basically be a team, that even the weakest person, I want them to advance to be with everyone else. So I feel like it kind of means that I want everyone on the same level, that I'm helpful and I want to be calming to everyone that works there. And the only really disadvantage it said for that one is that it's kind of hard to be individually successful because you're worried about team success. And I can definitely see that in myself, that I think I want everyone to succeed in group work or anything I do. I feel like everyone has something to contribute, everyone has a skill. So we all need to be able to voice that, to use our skill effectively. And I could definitely see how that could be harmful in a way if I'm focused more on other people rather than myself. But overall, this has been super helpful. I think learning specific things to improve in coaching and professional presence, and learning your leadership style and knowing the weaknesses of it, because you can then hopefully combat those in a way that's beneficial to you.